Happens today. All right, can anybody hear me meow? Yeah, I'm here. I'm on early. Ignore me for a minute. We're just quadruple checking the sound because I'm so paranoid after Monday. I am speaking. Scott Jernigan. Anybody else on right now? I see there's 12 people on. I'm having trouble getting Scott Jernigan to respond. Okay, here we go. All right, great. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you guys were around on Monday, but I lost all my sound, and we had to cancel the AMA. It was very embarrassing. So I'm really on here a few minutes early just to make sure everything's working. Trevor, thank you for letting me know my sound's good. I'm not going to say anything too critical until 2 o'clock my time because someone will get really mad at me. But at this point in the game, I just want to make sure we're up and cooking. Yeah, again, guys, I'm not going to do the official intro till 2 o'clock, so you are welcome to hang in here. If you want to ask some questions right now, I'm Mike Meyers. This is the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream, so feel free to get it. William Jeske, Red 5, standing by. Patricia, I got your other email too, babe, so good to see you. Alan, my favorite Irishman, good to see you, sir. Kenny Israel, what's up, Mike? So had someone recently tell me after I've been studying for 3 months for the A+ exam to not go and take the certification test, just go get my Network Plus. What do you have to say? Kenny, I would like to talk to that person who said that to you. And again, Kenny, I don't know what your goals are. The CompTIA A+ certification is considered the de facto introductory certification that newbie techs get. So I would be very interested in speaking to the person who said that to you, and I would like to ask them why that would come into play. Honestly, in terms of getting a job, you've got a better chance of getting work with an A+ than a Network Plus. Yes, definitely. We're starting a little early here, guys, because I want to make sure everything's working. Hey, we're not officially starting until 2 o'clock. I'm just on a few minutes early just to make sure everything's working. In fact, I'm probably going to step away for a minute and grab something to drink real quick because I'm a little parched. For Samir from Algeria, Ferrom, Samir. So I apologize so much for messing up your name there. What's the difference from at 1:54 p.m.? What's the difference between A+ and IT Fundamentals? IT Fundamentals is a much easier examination, and it's really designed more for what I call users. The CompTIA A+ certification is a more expensive, much more difficult. It's a technical certification that you can support individual systems, whether those systems be desktops, laptops, mobile devices, whatever it might be. So the CompTIA A+ is extremely well recognized as a first certification for people. IT Fundamentals is well recognized, but it's really just for users. If computers were automobiles, the IT Fundamentals is a basic driving exam, where A+ is can you completely break down a Ferrari and rebuild it and make it work? So that would be kind of the separation. Gabriel Patino. So Gabriel at 154. Gabriel, are you actually in Mexico, dude? What are the best IT companies to work for in Mexico? I honestly don't know that question. Hey, Nigel's here. Well, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Nigel, your name in your email is different than your name, Nigel. So I didn't know it was you. I've got it figured out now because you said it. Gabriel, that's an interesting question. I don't think the best IT companies to work for anywhere are the ones that hire you and don't completely rob you. Here in the States, for example, it's pretty easy to get a job with Amazon, but As much as I enjoy the Amazon products, I am not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of working for Amazon. I'm sure the Amazon probably hires in Mexico as much as it does here in the States. But the one thing I do know, I got some friends who live in Mexico City, and hang on. Somebody's typing over and over and over again. Himanshu Singh, I see your question. Thank you. I see the many red hearts. Please bear with me a moment while I finish a couple of previous questions. I will be right with you. Don't worry about it. Scott, don't panic if people are typing stuff in multiple times. It's never a problem. Sir, will i5 10th Gen bottleneck RTX 3060? Goodness. Anybody else even know what Mr. Singh is talking about? Will the i5 10th Gen... Oh! No. You rarely see the CPU causing problems for the GPU. I mean, this starting 20 years ago, once we started getting voodoo cards and real graphics cards, the job separation between the GPU and CPU was so distinct that you rarely run into any situation like that. Now, the question you might want to ask me that would be a better question is, on a particular game, would running a lower end, I know it's funny to say a 3060 is a lower end, but considering there's 3070s and 3080s out there, will running a lower end video card impede my gaming? And the answer is yes. If you push the card too hard, it's always been that way. So the answer, Singh, I'm just going to use your last name because that's better for me. The answer is it's more important to balance the right video card with the level of gaming that you have more than anything else. So, there's a lot of people out there with RTX 3000 series video cards who absolutely don't need them. They don't. Now, in 3 years, will they need them? Probably, but right now, no. So I see those as different things. I'm scrolling. Okay, so are we officially? We're close enough to 2 o'clock. Okay, let's officially start. First of all, hi everybody. My name is Mike Meyers, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies for CompTIA certifications and beyond. So here's how this works. We start right now here at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time here. Central. Yeah. Here in Houston, Texas. Yeah. And we will run till 4 o'clock, which is 2 hours, or until the questions run out. So it's very important that if you have questions, definitely ask the questions. So there's a few ways to ask questions. The first way to ask questions is just type them right here into the live chat. I scroll through the live chat and I'll see them there. Keep in mind, like Mr. Singh, who asked the question multiple times, and it's okay to ask a question multiple times. It's not a problem. Just throw them in there, but if I miss one, then just type it in again. I'll get to everybody's question eventually. Also, what else do we need to do? Oh, so the other thing is that if you want to send me an email, unless you're Nigel, I'm kidding. Nigel, I'm kidding. Totally kidding with you, brother. But if you want to, here's my contact information. So I am michaelm@totalsem.com. And if you send an email to me there, I will get that email and... I will get that email, and then if you're shy or whatever, put it in that way. If you're a gamer, I am Senor Pepe on Steam, and I'm Desweds, DESWEDS, at just about everything else. So I'm an easy person to get a hold of. What else do we have going here today? So do keep in mind, as long as we have questions going, I will answer questions. But we've had some that run a little short, and unfortunately I can't run long. So Deepak Pun, I haven't seen, Deepak's been a while. Gruber, good to see. We got a lot of old Pape and some newer people. Trevor Sheridan, sorry. Greetings from Montana. I was just in Montana for the first time, Trevor, last August. Beautiful state, beautiful state. Passed my Core 1 last week, prepping for Core 2 next Tuesday. Love the videos, good luck. Hey Trevor, good luck to you, man. You'll do great. I guarantee it. Yeah, right. So, Mr. Samir, I am preparing for your A+ exam. Do I need only your video materials or also the book too? Because as far as I know, the book has some extra details. So I've been teaching people how to get certified with CompTIA for decades. And I have learned a long time ago that I feel most people need 3 things. The most important thing you need are practice questions. I sell practice questions. Many other people sell practice questions. As a matter of fact, Samir, we're going to have competition today for free practice questions, so you might want to stick around for that. And who knows, you might win some free practice questions. We also have discounts. So, for example, we have specials this week is 50% off all of our CompTIA Total Tester bundles. So this is the combination practice test sims and videos. Just type in code 032921. And to get this deal, you go to our website, www.totalsem.com. Then you go to our merchant area and pick the bundle you want, A+, Net+, whatever you want, and then type in the code. And Scott Jernigan, if he hasn't already, is going to type that in for us so you can check that out. Or you can get free ones if you just hang tough. So basically, practice questions, videos, and a book. I feel that these 3 things are going to give you the best chance of success. Do you have to do this? Of course not. You don't have to do anything. You just pay for the exam and walk in. The most important thing you need to have are practice questions. In fact, in my universe, if you ordered practice questions from me and then ordered them from a second source, that's how important practice questions are. I'm literally telling you to go buy stuff from other people. Second to that is probably for most people videos. A lot of people are just enjoy watching videos these days. Wonder why. You YouTube generation, you. But I'm also a book person. You know, books are easier to index and look for the information you're looking for and that kind of a thing. So I like all 3 pieces to give you the greatest chance of success. Andrew Parrish, you bought my Network Plus all-in-one book. It is gigantic and full of nice pictures. I can't wait. Andrew, I got to tell you, I have more fun with Network Plus than any other certification. Network Plus is the certification that everybody's like, ow! You know, those eureka moments where you finally begin to understand, you know, what is DNS, what is DHCP, what does an IPv6 address really do? I mean, all these critical core pieces of information are all in Network Plus. In fact, I joke that Network Plus is the most important certification you'll never need. That's not true. I mean, you would need it, but it's a great cert, and I'm glad you got the book and enjoy it. Mike, just doing some AWS work. What can you tell me about OpenVPN? This is from Nigel at 156. How are we doing already? Oh, it's 2:05 already. What would you like to know? I will tell you that we at Total Seminars use OpenVPN as our primary VPN tool for those of us who need to connect into the office. It is a wonderful forward VPN. It's not a very good reverse VPN. You know, the reverse VPNs are the ones you use so that you can go on Netflix and say you're from a different country and things like that. But it is a... where did we go? I lost you. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. So OpenVPN is a little complicated to use, in my opinion, but if you have a bunch of people who need to dial into your office, it is the go-to tool. I love it, and it is as powerful and as robust as all of the commercial ones, and it's free. Sometimes a little tricky to get configured, but not bad. So the bottom line is, Nigel, is that OpenVPN is a great tool. I'm not sure why you're talking about OpenVPN and AWS at the same time. Usually if I'm going to be working with a instance on Amazon, I'm going to SSH in. You can actually SSH in through the web browser. It's very convenient. You can use your own SSH tool if you want. No. Jonah the person, okay, at 1:56 p.m. Hey, Mike, I'm 15. Oh, gosh, 15. I remember 15, barely. I have to duck dinosaurs back then. Hey, Mike, I'm 15, studying for the A+ exams right now using your guide. What certification should I go for next? Probably Network Plus, Jonah. Especially for a young person like you, to get like A+ and Net Plus out of your hair, like when you're 15 or 16, that usually means by the time you're in high school now, but you can really start looking at like Cisco certification, stuff like that. A lot of times for you younger folks, it's really up to what your school offers. And if your school doesn't offer it, you should ask. Jonah the person. Jonah, I don't know if you're in the United States or not, but here in the United States we have tech schools. And these are regular high schools. And they're all over the country. A lot of times you have to ask special, but you know, for the technicians folks, they'll offer stuff like Cisco, or they'll offer robotics and stuff like that. So something you might want to consider. Pardon me. Looking for questions. Gruber Accountancy and Deepak. Whoa, here they come. Okay. Oh, Nigel, you're my favorite guy too. Even Elbow's on. Good Lord. Everybody's here. Krampus Dumpling is here. Good. Good to see everybody. No. Josh Dope is here, 2 o'clock. 2:09. Yeah, a lot of you guys missed it on Monday. Oh, my God. So I logged in for the AMA, and my mic just didn't work. It was an ugly thing. But we're all working today, so we're happy. It's only the second time in over a year of doing this. I haven't forgotten you, Nigel. I'm working on it, man. Seriously. Deepak is from Baltimore. Crazy Homebody Girls here. Good. 202. 202, Samir again. Why do you think PS2 mice are more famous, more popular among gamers? Because most gamers are convinced that PS2 mice have a faster response time, have less latency than USB mice. I've never actually tested it. I'm not sure how one could even test it to be oh, good Lord. Huh. I'm not even sure how one could test it. But yeah, serious gamers all believe in PS2 mice. All of them. No exception. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, holy smoke, we got big news today. I've been at this for 1 year. I have been doing these coronavirus live streams for 1 year as of today. I need effects. Oh well, so I'll just go like this. That's fireworks. It's been a year. Holy smoke, it's amazing. It's funny, we're actually at Total Seminars talking about heading back to the office. Everybody, well, here in the United States, we've been pretty lucky. It's getting a lot of vaccinations. And so I need to see Corona drop a little bit more before I'm willing to tell everybody we need to come back in. But we're getting pretty close here. And when I say I don't care about the United States, I care about Houston, Texas. So the Corona statistics here have been pretty good. So actually, I'm thinking about having the guys come back to work. It needs to come a little lower, though. We're not quite there yet. And I need to see more people with vaccinations. But, yeah, I'm excited. 202, Georgie Geneve. Hey, Georgie. I want to ask you why the laptop manufacturers have stopped adding HHDs to the laptops. So hard drives. Oh, hard drives versus SSDs. SSDs are lighter. SSDs need much less power. SSDs have tremendous advantages in the mobile market. But I just named the two biggies right there. They're much lighter, they take much less power. And the price point for I got to use the right term here. A 6 terabyte hard drive is going to be a lot cheaper than a 6 terabyte SSD. But how many of us really need a 6 terabyte SSD in our laptops? The answer is the vast majority of us don't. When you start talking about the 1 terabyte, I'm going to leave it there for right now. The 1 terabyte that we see in a lot of laptops, that's plenty of storage for most people. The price point between hard drives and SSDs is not even really makes any difference. It's, $30, $40. It's not a big difference. So that's the main reason, because there's no benefit to put hard disk drives into a laptop. I guess the only thing I can see to put a hard drive in a laptop would be for swappable storage. I'm thinking, or something like that. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I don't even really think about hard disk drives anymore, unless I have like a RAID array, or I'm setting up a NAS box, dedicated file server, something like that. But for all my desktops, and certainly all my mobile devices of any form, I don't use hard disk drives anymore. They're just heavy, and they're hot, and they spin, and they, there's no bang for the buck. But the important thing I need to say here is that hard drives are not dead, not by a long shot. We're going to be needing hard drives for a good long time, but again, for RAID and SAN solutions, stuff like that. Da-da-da-dum. Kenny Israel, Mike, I noticed that the A+ seems to be more expensive than some other certs. Why is that? So that's Kenny Israel at 2:02 p.m. Which certs? I think it's priced around. Sorry. Oh, I apologize. It's priced around. It's reasonably priced. In fact, compared to some of the more advanced certifications, it's 1/3 the price. So you're going to have to tell me exactly, because I don't have all there's over 1,000 certifications out there, guys. I don't have them all memorized. But which ones are? I don't feel that is accurate. I mean, there's some certifications out there like IT Fundamentals, CompTIA's IT Fundamentals, which is really considered, CompTIA really wants people to take that, so they do it really cheap. But no, other than that, Kenny, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you, sir. So Scott Jernigan says, congrats at Jen. What did Jen do? I missed it. Jen, where are you? I didn't even see Jen on here. Here's Jen. I officially started in my role this week. Oh, look at you. Working. Associate IT Engineer. Big round of applause for Jen. Well done. Congratulations. Now I was going to say go get a job, but wait a minute. You've got a job, because that's really what this is all about, right? Yeah, 1 year. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? Not a D at 211. Just saw that. Ayush Kandawal. I very much apologize for murdering people's names. Sir, I want a job. What should I do in the IT industry? Ask for a job. That's really the first thing you need to do, is ask for a job. Number one, guys, do not think that you can get certifications and then get a job. For most people, there's plenty of entry-level jobs out there. You know, I do not have a strong international flavor, and I apologize for that. I'm best in the United States. I know a little bit about what's happening in the EU, but outside of that, I'm lost in terms of job opportunities. So I just don't have a sense of where the markets are. You know, I live in America. Woohoo! We like working and shooting guns. So, but anywhere else, I'm not exactly sure. But ask for jobs. Entry-level jobs are out there. They're everywhere. Here, okay. No. So you guys are looking into Cloud Plus. I'm not sure. Scott Jernigan, am I shaking a monitor? Oh, Scott Jernigan says I'm shaking a monitor. There we go. How's that? Okay. And I am shaking things. Scott Jernigan, help me out. Do we have a Cloud Plus course either done or in way? Guys, keep in mind, Total Seminars, I'm just a founder, me and this other person who you'll never see. But you know, we hire lots of other instructors. Dave Rush and Scott Jernigan work full time for me. We bring in lots of subject matter experts, so we got lots of products. I'm going to need Scott Jernigan to help me out, though. We do have, okay, so we have a Cloud Plus, Krampus Dumpling at 209. Go to www.totalsem.com and check it out, man. I don't remember who the person is who's on there. Samir, I plan to take A Plus Network Plus. Those I am sure about, but I want to learn about the cloud. Should I go for vendor neutral or vendor based? I think you can go either way. The demand for people who have at least basic cloud understanding is so good right now that whether you go with a Cloud Plus type certification or if you go like say an AWS path, what I will tell you is a Cloud Plus will be fine for starting. But if you end up going with AWS or you end up going with Azure, you're going to need the certifications that are associated with those. I guarantee that the people you're working for are going to want to see that. Andrew Parrish, hey Mike, I purchased... Oh, there's lots of people asking questions like that. Andrew Parrish at 203. Hey, Mike, I purchased your Network Plus Udemy course as well as your all-in-one book. I also won a competition for your free practice questions. You're set. How would you prepare or study with these materials? All right, so you have 3 materials in front of you. First of all, Andrew, I can't tell you how to study because everybody has different study habits. But I can give you some examples. Like for me, I like watching videos. So I'll watch a video, and then if I'm using my practice questions, because I break them down by chapter, I can watch some videos, and then read that particular stuff, and then do the practice questions. So videos and practice questions, videos, read, practice questions. Some people prefer to read, and they're going to read first. Other people are kinesthetics. They want a screwdriver in their hands. And a lot of times they'll end up reading while they're doing that. A lot of times they'll be watching videos and pausing it on a secondary system. But usually the important thing that you measure your skill with are the practice questions. So whether you're looking at videos or you're doing it, doing it yourself or reading a book. Here I go again. I got no sleep last night, guys. What you're going to do is you're going to use those practice questions to help measure where your skill sets are. So the practice questions are the most important thing. But you should use the practice questions to test yourself. Use the videos and the books to learn, or actually grabbing a piece of equipment, number 2 Phillips screwdriver, and tearing stuff apart. Anybody remember Thunder and Lightning? Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo. Now you got, thanks. Now I've got Bohemian Rhapsody stuck in my brain. It's better, I guess Song of the Volga Boatman would be worse, huh? Ah, yes, Tom Carpenter. I'm sorry. Scott, thank you for the Cloud Plus information. I'd forgotten. Michael Meyer. 2:05 p.m. Michael Meyer. Hey, Michael Meyer. I'm Michael Myers. Hey, Mike. Current law enforcement officer making the transition to the IT industry. Yeah, good. Get off the streets, man. In your experience, do the skills that former police officers, law enforcement pros bring help into getting hired? Michael, honestly, if I had to pick one group of people who are literally the easiest people on earth to get corporate retrained, it's going to be law enforcement. It's ridiculous. Michael, I'm assuming you're here in the United States. Michael, just head over to any FBI Regional Computer Forensics Laboratory. They'll probably dang near hire you off the street. If you have any clearances, that would be good too. The demand for people like you, Michael, is so strong that, and I can't say this to very many people, you probably don't even need to worry too much about certifications to get yourself in the front door. Lots of task forces out there, so even after you've hung up your badge, they just love getting law enforcement types in there. There are forensics groups at all kinds of different levels. RCFL, Regional Computer Forensics Laboratories, which is used by the FBI here in the United States. You could be looking, probably you want to look at the DEA level, Michael. I'm sorry, the federal level. FBI, DEA, NSA if you got any kind of clearance. CIA's hiring. Yeah, Michael, unless you've got something scary, you're the kind of person who could be hired in a week. And Michael, I'm not kidding you, you probably don't even need a certification. Although once you get hired, they're going to push you for them. Jonah the person. Okay, Jonah keeps deleting stuff, but here's one. All right, it looks like some of y'all are talking. You guys are helping Jonah out, so I'm going to. Jonah Tolowitz, a good guy, and he has my complete confidence. So anything he tells you is going to be good. Gruber Accountancy, 2:08 p.m. How are we doing? God, I'm getting behind again. Every night, computer put to sleep. Have bias password to boot. Boot to hard drive only, and Win10 home password. Each morning, prompt with the revised password. Yes, someone has powered off. Could someone boot up using USB Access HD? Trying to figure out what you're asking me here, Gruber. Every night, computers put to sleep. So are you putting the computer to sleep? Are you dropping it into hibernate mode? Or are you just walking it away and letting it go to sleep? Have bias password to boot. Why are you... Okay, so Gruber, other than the fact that it's fun to put a password into your BIOS, why would you have that? If you're putting a password on your boot up in your BIOS, you've got things on your computer you don't want people to see. You're running Win10's home and you're running Win10's. Okay. Each morning, prompted for the BIOS password, sure. Gruber, what you're showing me is what it should do. I don't see. It's going to ask you every time you come out of sleep mode. Now, if you don't want to, okay, all right. Maybe you don't want to do that. So there's a couple of things you might want to consider. Number one, Gruber, you could just put a system password into your BIOS. Then that'll keep people out of your system setup. That might be one thing. Keep in mind that, the password that you punch in with Windows is pretty robust. I'm not going to say it's impossible to crack. It's not at all. But I would use I have a special program I run on a thumb drive. But I would consider just having your BIOS password not to boot, but to anytime someone accesses your BIOS, and just count on your Win10 home password. But you're asking another question, could someone boot up using USB access hard drive? No, actually they couldn't boot, because as long as you have a password on your BIOS, it's not going to boot to anything until you have the password in. So they could not. Duha Othman at 210. Mike, do you have ADHD? Yes, I do. Isn't that crazy? I've been doing this for a year. Holy shimolians. I'm just, guys, when I stop and I'm just looking for questions, so bear with me. So I've got a question from Richard Bro at 212. Hi, Mike. I am struggling with STIX, SDO, and SRO. Could you help me get them straight? Unfortunately, I can't. I'm not good at those. So, first of all, Scott Jernigan, I have a question for you. So, Scott Jernigan, you see that Richard Bro is asking at 2:12 p.m. about STIX, SDO, and SRO. Oh, here it comes. Cool. So Scott Jernigan, question. Are these topics, STIX, SDO, and SRO, are they on any of the certifications that we currently teach? I'm unfamiliar with these terms. I've talked about STIX once for domains. I remember that. So here's what's going to happen. Richard, we're going to do some instantaneous searching on this, but the bottom line is that I'm pretty sure that I'm only good at stuff that's covered on exams, unfortunately. I mean, I could go outside of that a little bit, but these are not stuff I'm very familiar with, Richard. Scott Jernigan's just double-checked objectives, and they don't show up on any of the stuff we cover. So, Richard, I do apologize. However, Richard, I don't want to leave you hanging, even though this may not be my super power area. So, Richard, just send me an email. Tell me what you're trying to study, what you're going for. Why do you want to talk about STIX, SRO, and SDO? Tell me. Just send me an email, michaelm@totalsem.com. You might get me interested, and I'll help you out. Yeah, I got to tell you, man, I had the second vaccine a little over 2 weeks ago, and my arm still hurts a little bit. I got the Pfizer vaccine. Jim Baron. Hey, Jim, I haven't seen you for a while. Question, Mike. I have a hard drive in my system which is working and testing fine. Cool. Smart Health is good. I don't trust Smart. For hard drives, I don't trust Smart. You know who else doesn't trust Smart? Google. My question is, though, like every 30 minutes I hear a loud pitch click sound, bad drive. Yeah, dude, bad drive, bad drive. Jim, do me a favor, like get your important stuff off of there now. You know? You know the one thing, everybody talks about backing up. You know the one thing a lot of people don't back up? They don't back up their, if you're in a Windows system, they don't back up their desktop. I don't know about you guys, but I leave everything on the desktop. And that's why I always make a point to back that up, because I don't want to lose all the wonderful things on my desktop. But otherwise, just use any of the backup solutions. Even the old Windows 7 backup that still comes with Windows 10 is fine. They don't like it, but it's all right. And Microsoft recommends it's in my A+ book. There's a lot of backup solutions out there that are pretty good, and they're all free. Probably want to back up to an external hard drive. Or here's the other thing. The other thing that most people, especially on their personal machines, they don't have that much on there, honestly, in terms of stuff that they really want to save. And for a lot of people, their backup can be just grabbing a thumb drive and dragging a few folders that are important to you over to another system. Or just get them on a thumb drive. Because a lot of times, I'll just use that as an excuse to do a little house cleaning. The one thing I'm going to warn you about is, especially if you do virtual machines, is that virtual machines are hard to back up. The files are massive, just massive. And you usually have to use some kind of import-export tool to make the file in a format that can be easily read once it comes back. But other than that, usually people got some photographs of their income tax and stuff like that. You don't need any backup software. You can just throw in a thumb drive and drag it over there. And Elbo's birthday is on Friday. All right. Well done, Elbo. Drum Geek. Cool. I'm just reading. 214. Checking in. Work. Slow day. Yeah. So every now I'd love a slow day every now and then. Mm-hmm. Patricia Grace at 214. Why is my monitor shaking? Because I'm shaking it. But I'm trying to be a little bit more careful. My desk is wobbly. It's really, and Patricia, I'm like leaning and stuff. But I got that other monitor out of the way, so hopefully it's. Scott had put me a little text and says, "Get that corner of the monitor out of the camera." So I did. I am Scott Jernigan at 215. He's shaking his leg. Scott Jernigan, you're absolutely right. I'm shaking my leg. Shaking my leg. Krampus Dumpling, semi-joking about what you use to crack passwords. Here, Krampus, I'll tell you what I use to crack passwords. Kali Linux has the tools that I use to crack passwords. I'll just leave it at that. Nigel is asking if we're going to do Discord after this. So let's go ahead and bring that up. Especially for you new folks, I do want you to be aware that there is a Discord channel out there. It is not my Discord channel. It's run by my buddy Jose. And in fact, I haven't seen him for a while, but he's around. It is a great Discord channel. It is a 24/7 channel. People are in and out of it. However, usually people meet on this Discord channel immediately after these AMAs. So Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays when Dave Rush is doing his AMA. After that, so usually around 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time, we go ahead and everybody jumps into the Discord channel. I cannot jump into the Discord channel today because I have got to do something like at 4:02 today. But please check out the Discord channel. It's a great channel. Scott Jernigan, if he hasn't already, is going to put all the information about the Discord channel, especially if you have more complicated questions like Gruber. Like, I'm thinking maybe your question might be better on the Discord channel, although I'm glad to try to help here. Also, keep in mind, the other nice thing about the Discord channel is if you bring a camera and a headset so we can talk to each other, and it is full of really good text. I mean, there's lots of, you don't need Mike Myers. In fact, I'm not at all ashamed to say that some of the texts that are literally on here right now are better than me. I'm a better teacher than they are, but there's some better text than me. So it is. So the answer, Nigel, to your question at 2:23 is yes, we're going to have a Discord, and I'll bet Scott Jernigan has already posted all the Discord information for you. I'm going to get ready because I really want to do some competitions today. So, who wants a shot at some free questions? Gruber, are you one of these anti-vaxxers, 230, yikes, living on the edge? When Edward Jenner invented the concept of inoculations in the 18th century, there were these fascinating newspapers of people like with cows coming out of their arms, stuff like that. We're not going to get in that conversation here. Mike, you look really tired. Just go to bed. Okay, guys. Nigel said I can go to bed. So goodbye. I'll see y'all later. No, Nigel, I don't know what it is, buddy. Every time I do these AMAs, I get yawny and my nose starts to itch crazy. I do not go around yawning and scratching my nose as a normal thing in my day-to-day. I think it's because I'm pontificating and blowing a lot of air, hot air, that it makes me yawny and it makes my nose itch like... Gruber, someone's trying to log in? Dude, you have all kinds of... Gruber, if you can detect that other people are logging into your system, we have multiple layers of other trouble. Gruber, get a headset, get a camera, and join the Discord channel. I can't be there today, but there's plenty of good folks in there. Andre will probably be on, Tolowit will be on, Zach will be on, Ian will be... There'll be lots of folks in there who can really do a good job helping you. And that is rare and weird when some people are really doing stuff like that, Gruber, where you have definitive proof that someone's trying to hack you like that. That's rare. Jim, it's a mirror drive. Oh, okay, Jim. Well, you know, this is the problem with even any... It's always fun to set up your first RAID array. Now, Jim, I'm not picking on you. You just happened to mention it was a mirror is why I'm thinking about you. It's always fun to set up your first RAID array. RAID 0, RAID 1 for most people. But another important step in RAID arrays is making sure you can recover that you can recover from a bad drive. How many people just yawned right there? Is make sure you understand the recovery process. So Jim, this is actually might be an opportunity for you, is shut the system down, yank the drive, and then see what you got to do to fix it. Because there's different kinds of RAID. Some RAIDs are like hot swappable. You don't even have to reboot the computer. Most desktop systems, you have to shut the computer down, plug in another SATA drive that is of the same size or bigger, rebuild the array, It just depends on how you do it. But it's always interesting to go through that process. Because the other thing that's really important is that, if you have some kind of RAID array and you lose a drive, let's say you have a mirror like a RAID 1 or a RAID 5 or a RAID 6, there is a very terrifying feeling that you have. It's a real Apollo 13 moment, as we like to say, where, I've got the data, but if anything goes wrong, I lose it all. And going through the rebuild process is very, very important. Andrew Parrish at 231. I always back up my legitimately purchased music and rips. Blu-ray rips. Oh my gosh. I have a 2,500 movies on DVDs and Blu-ray. I never know what to do. I can't. I want to go grab them, but I'm tethered to my mic. I had this kid who was coming back from Iraq, and he had bought all these very questionable Blu-rays, and I got tons of these movies for a really low price. But the problem is I have all these movies, but I can literally get almost all these movies. I can just stream them now on Netflix or whatever. It's like, so I could do like Andrew Parrish does and rip them to storage, but I've just never done that. Oh, wait. 232, Phase Dank. I remember that one time I fried 3 hard drives because I decided to use the old PSU cables from a different brand. Phase, by any chance, are you talking about a Dell system? Dells are a little bit notorious for the problem you're describing there. But I've done the same thing, Phase. Kim Jong-oof. Hey, Kim Jong. Hey, Grandpa Mike. One day you'll be old too, buddy. Just remember that. Uh, 2:33 p.m. Mark Grease, G-R-I-C-E, Grace. Ryzen 7 3700X, MSI Tomahawk, good. Radeon 5700 GPU, good GPU. DDR4 3200, M2. Samsung 970, got tons of those myself. Constant blue strings, won't install Windows. Swapped out all but processor. Could it be the processor? I doubt it, Mark. And the fact that you're, well, so what you're telling me, Mark, is that you're getting blue screens. Won't install Windows. It cannot complete, if you're seeing blue screens, it's installing some amount of Windows. Where would I look? So I see what you're saying. You swapped out all but the processor. So what do you think about that one? Mark, okay, Mark, did you really swap out, so you went out and got another MSI Tomahawk board? Is that what you're telling me? So you when you say swapped out, that means you replaced a questionable part with a known good. So, Mark, when you say to me, Mike, I swapped out everything but the processor, could it be the processor? First of all, yeah, literally the processor would have been the last thing that I would have thought to look at, Mark. But if you have legitimately straight up replaced each and every one of these, I would consider the processor. The other thing that I would be nervous about is I would like to see what some of these blue screens are reporting. You know, everybody looks at a blue screen and they immediately shut the computer down or reboot it. You should read the blue screens. I have in my A+ book under repairing Windows, I talk about how to read blue screens to give you some idea. So my question I'm going to give to you, Mark, is on these blue screens, do you get an error that says something like IRQL, not less, or just IRQL? Let me know, because that's going to be pointing towards a bad piece of hardware. If you don't have that, I'm not going to be pointing at that up much. But the big thing I want to know what that blue screen is. To answer your question, could it be the processor? Yes, but I doubt it. I think you got something else going on here. One of the things I might want to consider is what your CMOS configuration is. You might want to go into your system setup and just go to like a lights out or the basic setup or whatever it might be. You want to get out of advanced settings. So you go in, you hit Control Alt Delete or whatever it is or you hit Delete to get into your system setup. Every system setup is different. Do you understand? I cannot tell you what yours looks like. Although it is an MSI Tomahawk board. So I do kind of know what that one looks like. Anyway, on the far right-hand side, it says Advanced Settings or Basic Settings. Go to the Basic Settings, and I'm pretty sure that there is a option in there that says, just give me the baseline configuration. Don't make anything fancy. Yeah, Tolowitz a poor starving tech. 235, Guillermo again. I have a question. I passed 1001. Can I put that on my resume? Well, sure. I mean, you can put anything you want on your resume. There's no law. I probably wouldn't, Guillermo. Me personally, I would. I'm assuming, Guillermo, that you are actively studying to take the 1002. So I would probably not want to do that. Man, we got all kinds of interesting tech questions today. I usually don't get this many. Usually I get more questions about certifications or jobs and stuff. But I like tech questions. I really do. Tim Lynch Jr. at 236. I use OneDrive for all my documents. Yeah, me too. I pay per month for all of it. It's making my own cloud drive is making my own cloud drive be as intuitive as OneDrive? It should be. I'm not aware of any tool sets. Well, you want to make a cloud drive. That's an interesting thing to say. I got to think about this for a minute. I don't want to make my own cloud thing, but you're talking about setting up a NAS, just having a file server in your house. That's not hard to do. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture here. Oh, I don't have it on this system. So I use Dropbox and I use OneDrive and I got something from Asus. I got all these different cloud accounts. I have like 2 completely separate, 3 different Dropbox accounts. I wish I could show you my system upstairs. I've got everything all linked into my quick access bar. It's hilarious to look at. Yeah, I don't have it on this studio system, unfortunately. All right. So Tim Lynch Jr., I am not aware of a way to do that. You can set up a SAN and just make a G drive or whatever that you could hook everything to. But that really wouldn't be cloud. Oh, actually, Andrew Parrish brought up a good point at 237. Guillermo, Andrew Parrish said you could put it as pursuing on your resume. Andrew's absolutely right. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, just so it's I am pursuing the rest of my A+ or something like that. I would be totally cool with that as something I was reading. Patricia Grace thinks that I have allergies to the AMA. Kim Jong-un thinks I need some coffee. Kim Jong-un, you were right. I need coffee. I should have made a pot of coffee. And like I tell the tax people every year, I forgot. Nigel, my handsomeness will blow people's minds away. My handsomeness blows people's minds away too, but not in a good way. Tolowit, the EMF from the monitor, the EMP, are making you, that could be it. Ooh, look at Dave with some cool little thing. Nextcloud on a Raspberry Pi. I don't even know what that is. There you go, Dave Rush. Tim Lynch, you need to get a hold of Dave Rush. He's got something called Nextcloud, which sounds very groovy. Andre is here. Okay, guys. Guillermo Moreno, what are kernel critical errors on Event Viewer? Kernel criticals. Kernel criticals are usually the kernel, well, blue screen is a kernel critical, or what you call a kernel panic. I'm not sure. I don't know. Guillermo, I apologize. I do not know exactly what a kernel critical error is. Oh, okay. So kernel critical is anything that's going to threaten the system to lock up soon. So I had to do a quick little research. So like power issues and things like that are big issues, but they almost always point to bad hardware. So kernel critical, you don't ever see kernel critical. You'll see like kernel power, kernel memory, kernel processor. Those are the type of errors you see in Event Viewer, and you love those errors because they're pointing exactly with the hardware. You have a kernel power error. It says the power supply sagged real bad, but there was enough power left in the capacitors on the motherboard to keep me going, so I'm just going to let you know with a big red kernel power error. Yes. Whew. Well, you had me on that one for a minute, Guillermo. Frank Badillo, I came to see some hats. Well, we can do that for you. How's that? I brought my fez. Nigel, quit saying I look tired. I know I'm tired. There you go, Frank. You got one hat. Abdullah, I passed my other exam. I'm A+ certified. Abdullah, way to go, brother. Well done. Congratulations. We have to get a competition in here. I haven't forgotten. We're going to do a competition. Okay, guys, do me a favor. This competition is going to be based on practice questions from my test banks. Do you guys want to do A+, Network Plus, or Security Plus? So I need you guys to type in right now, say, give us an A+, or a Net Plus, or Security Plus question. And whoever I see the most of, that's what I'm going to do. Abdullah, are you getting a job, though? I'm glad that you're moving on to Network Plus. This is excellent. But it's more important is you get a job. Go work. Certifications are only designed to get your name into the top of a stack. Mark agrees. BSD code. BSD code? Mark, are you on a Linux box? Where did Mark's... I wish there was some way I could just filter on one person. Oh, BSD is blue screen of death. I thought you meant BSD Linux. Sorry, man. Are you going to make me look this up? Okay, hang on. Mark wants me to look up this blue screen of death code, which I will happily do for you. Seems to be a common one, although I didn't recognize it. This is a memory issue. So if I ran into this problem and I was popping blue screens on this hex error, Mark, this is from 2:47 p.m. BSD blue screen of death code 0C000005. It's memory. It's memory. So Mark, I would be looking at memory. The one thing you might want to consider is maybe moving the memory around. Today's motherboards are very forgiving. You might want to just go to one stick. I know it runs better with two. It's dual channel. I know that. But almost every motherboard today is very forgiving. And try to isolate the stick. That would be the thing I'd look at. And if you're telling me that you've gone through and completely swapped out with another set of RAM and you're still getting the same errors, I would be really terrified. Krampus Dumpling. Mike, what about putting pending or something for your doing currently? Something you're doing. Oh, are we still talking about the gentleman who wanted to put the half of the A+ on there? Sure, that wouldn't hurt. 2:49 p.m. Anagolo 2000. Hi, Mike. I am not a hard gamer. Could I consider a carbon thermal pad for cooling the CPU instead of thermal paste? Sure, but why? I mean, what's the benefit? I mean, I just got so much thermal paste laying around that I don't really think about other options other than that. 2:49. Alex Berger. What games are we playing? Age of Empires Definitive Edition. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Electromagnetic frequency. Okay. Yeah. 252, Gappy V. Hi, Mike. Just want to say I passed the internet in 3 days. 3 days. I'm going to slow clap that one, man. I don't think I've ever heard anybody study for something in 3 days and pass an exam, but well done. Patricia, where's my tassel? So this is a fez. This is a real fez, not a Shriner's fez. And it does not have a tassel. Although it's got a, if I wanted to put a tassel on there. Problem with tassel is just it's such a hassle. I love my humor. Mike the Shriner. Eric Siznakalas. Hello, everyone. Hello, Eric. Sorry about mauling your last name there, amigo. I have a feeling that I'm not the first person to maul your last name. Oh, okay. So what do we got here? I'm not going to do any hybrid questions. You mean like hybrid cloud questions? Okay, it looks like most people, all right, looks like most people want to do A+ questions. All right, let us begin. It's about 3 o'clock my time. We've been at this an hour. Ugh. Let us do an A+ question. So I've got to find some. All right, guys. So here's a couple of rules on the practice exams. Rule number 1, these are not fair, okay? What I do is I'm going to put a question on the screen from my test bank. You will answer the question. These are multiple choice. Do not type A, B, C, or D as an answer. You actually have to write out whatever the answer is. I'll leave them up there so you guys can see it. The first person I see who answers the question correctly wins. So that's pretty much how it works. And then you'll give me an email address, and then we'll get you your prize. Keep in mind that the chat window is different for everybody. So just because you see everything in a certain order, that doesn't mean me or anyone else sees that. So if you answer the question right and you're first, it doesn't mean I'll see it as first, okay? So do keep that in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is that a lot of people, we got a lot of regulars and love having my regulars, but if you compete and you're a regular who's won a lot, first I'm going to wag my finger at you, but you're going to have to say, literally, okay, here's how we'll do it. When you answer the question, say giveaway on the side. That'll work. Because what happens, guys, is that so many people compete and then they don't want them because they already have them. And then I end up spending 15 minutes trying to get these things away. All right. Anyway, so we're pretty much ready here. Let us do. Oh, that one's way too easy. That's my problem with A+ questions. Some of them are just ridiculously easy. Ooh, this is a good one. You guys ready? All right, so the A+, Net+, and Security Plus have their troubleshooting theory, and I want to see if anybody gets the answer. These questions are very popular on CompTIA. All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm going to have to move things around a little bit so you guys can see this. Here we go. First person to put the answer or the first person to put the right answer wins. So come on, guys. Let's see something. Okay, so we got a Oh, shoot. What happened? Sorry. Scott Jernigan's yelling at me. He goes, it's not on the screen. It bounced away. I am so sorry, guys. All right. Anyway, we got a bunch of people who answered it. And I think we're all pretty comfortable with the right answer is there. And that is going to be identify the problem, I'm pretty sure. I get these wrong sometimes. Yeah, I wrote most of these questions, but I get them wrong. There we go. We got it. So check my answer. B is incorrect. Identify the problem is in what? Oh, I guess it's establish a theory of probable cause. Yeah, okay. I get it wrong sometimes too. All right, so establish the theory of probable cause. Aren't these great practice questions? All right, so who is the winner here? The winner is going to be... Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't realize that it scrolled off the screen like that. Where is the... Establish the theory of probable cause. Identified. Trevor Sheridan. Trevor Sheridan, you are the winner because you said establish the theory of probable cause. So congratulations to you, Trevor. You have won your choice of my practice questions. So these are the multiple choice questions. You get a choice of A+, Network Plus, or Security Plus. Trevor, in order for you to get your prize, what you need to do is send an email to, you ready? Kathy Y, that's Kathy with a K, Kathy YY, K-H-T-K-A, how the hell do you spell K? K-A-T-H-Y-Y, yes, at totalsem.com. Don't panic. Trevor, Scott Jernigan's putting this all on the chat window if he hasn't already. And you have to do a couple of things. Number one, Trevor, whatever your name is on YouTube, you have to make that name in your email. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you have to tell Kathy which one you want. You want A+, Net Plus, Security Plus? Let her know. And then number three, remember, we're a little tiny company who's been highly affected by coronavirus. And if it takes us a week to get it to you, don't panic because sometimes we're slow. As many of the people who are on this channel right now can attest to. We run a little slow sometimes. I do apologize for that, but do be aware that that happens. So anyway, congratulations to you. That was so much fun. We're going to do it. Let's do it one more time right now. Wait, I got some more questions coming in. Backtrack real quick. 2:55 p.m. Jay Joseph. Hey, Mike. Hope you've been doing okay. Windows 10 can be used as a free version. But there are server versions as well. Or do all Windows server? They all need to be licensed. However, Microsoft loves to give away limited time frame ones. And just do a Google search and look for download Windows Server 2019 or even 2016 is good enough. But you can get like... they're either 90-day or 180-day versions, I forget. Hold on a minute. 180-day. Scott Jernigan's being out super helpful here. And 180-day server evaluations. And you can download those. And here's the cool thing. One of the things you ought to keep in mind is instead of setting up a bare bones system as a Windows server, set up a virtual machine. If you're studying for A+ or Net Plus, and you need to know it by Security Plus, is you need to know how to set up virtual machines. And we actually have a couple of videos that show people using VirtualBox. VirtualBox is a free hypervisor. It's a wonderful tool. We've got some videos for that. And you can actually see how to set it up in a virtual machine. So you can teach yourself virtualization, and you can get yourself a Windows server too. 256, Therum Samir. What do you advise a 24-year-old individual who is really passionate about IT? Follow your passion. How does your passion manifest? Do you play with Kali Linux for fun? I do. Have you taken apart a monitor for fun? I have. Have you tried overclocking the memory on your system? Not overclocking the RAM, just not overclocking the CPU, overclocking the RAM. I have. So those are the things that are passionate. Is your passion more about setting up networks? Do you love playing with a DHCP server, whatever? You're basically, what I'm trying to do here, Samir, is give you an idea of where your passions are. So you have a passion for IT. That's like saying I have a passion for anything I say is going to get me in trouble in these days and age. I have a passion for sugar. Well, maybe you like chocolate, or maybe you like ice cream, or chocolate ice cream, or whatever. So think about that to help you, find your passions. That's always the important thing. Gruber Accountancy. So what kind of hat is this? Yikes! It's a fez, man. It's kind of a nice fez. It's a actual proper felt fez. I like it. No, guys. Now Gruber said it's a yikes, so I'm going to take it off because Gruber. I'm just goofing with you, Gruber, because why not? Andrew Parrish did the second A+ exam in 6 days with a lot of Red Bull. Oof. Hey, Mike, going shopping at 3 a.m.? Well, Okay, we got another one. All right, let's go ahead and let's do another one. Let us do another practice question. All right, guys, get ready, because once again, we are going to compete for free A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus questions. So everybody get ready. Okay, so the question I'm about to give you guys is a really, really easy question, but it's one of those really, really easy questions that's very easy to get wrong. So you guys ready? Here we go. Here comes the second question. We are competing for free A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus. Here we go. John's laptop won't recharge, and he suspects the AC adapter is a problem. Which tool should he use to test it? Induction toner, paperclip, multimeter, or power supply tester? Come on, folks. Let's type in some answers here. Ball peen hammer. Tullowit, you're hilarious. All right, it looks like Krampus and Gruber, remember, do not type the letter of the answer. You have to type it out a little bit. Do not type A, B, C, or D. David Rush, you're just being distractive. Waterfall Guy 59, don't type the letter of the alphabet. You actually have to type it out. All right, I think that the right answer here is going to be multimeter. Very few people put in power supply tester. I'm surprised about that. Yep, the answer is multimeter. With an AC adapter being bad, there is no power supply tester that'll work for it. You literally have to take the end of the AC adapter and check to see what kind of voltage is coming out of it. So the right answer is very much multimeter. So who do we have as a winner? All right, so I have the first person to type in multimeter at 3:09 p.m. was Eric Zzanakalakalakalakalas. Eric, I will never, ever be able to pronounce your last name unless... Eric, get on the Discord server after this AMA and I won't be there, but tell the gang, get your voice up, get in one of the voice channels. Everybody in there is very nice people. And tell me how to pronounce your last name, because I get very embarrassed when I don't pronounce people's names properly. And I know I'm not the only person to do that. But anyway, so Eric, in order to get your prize, number one, you have to send an email to kathyy@totalsem.com. That's Kathy with a K, Kathyy @totalsem.com. Make sure you have to put your name that you're using here on, I almost said Facebook, on YouTube. So you have to put Eric's in there, okay? And then tell her what you want, Eric. Tell her if you want an A+, or a Net Plus, or a Security Plus, and these are yours. Guys, keep in mind that this is an online product, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you have an internet connection. If you're listening to me, you got one. And so these practice questions work anywhere. So congratulations to you, sir. Well done, Eric. All right. All right, all right, all right. I'm suddenly Eric Cartman.
Hey, it's my backpack, kitty.
Oh, okay, well, Eric, B-Dat-Z, first Eric, I'll never be able to put those two things together. So Eric, B-Dat-Z is your Discord name. Here on YouTube, you are Eric Sinizakalakalus because I can see it, okay? So first of all, congratulations again. Glad to see. And do get back on. Sorry, I get distracted. All right. VMall Lad finds something amazing. Well, hey, Eric, once you gave me what your name was on Discord, yes, I instantly recognize you. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, young man. All right, guys, we need some more questions. I'm going to stall here for a minute. So what's interesting in my life? I have decided I'm going to help our subject matter expert, Dan LaChance, on the upcoming Security Plus 601 questions. Anybody who's taking Security Plus, we have until July to switch over to the 601. You always take the older exam if at all possible. So we're in good shape. Alex Burkhart, what is Discord? Wow. Alex, in the most simple way, Discord is a application. It's a chat and social tool that allows for texting and messaging and voice and camera support and all these things. Discord's been around for a while. It's a popular tool used by gamers so that they can talk to each other while they're online and playing together. Great tool. It is completely free, although it's a little aggressive sometimes. But, well, Alex, it is for gamers, you're right. But it's also works beautifully for so many other things. For example, to have a single place where you and I can get together, and let's just say I'm not online at that moment. You can type a question in for me and do an @Mike Meyers or whatever you want to do, and I'll get them. So it's a very, very cool tool. It works good. Download it and try it today. Oh, Dave Rush, thank you for reminding me. Guys, liking and subscribing really makes a big difference. Even though this is not a for-profit function that I'm doing here, it helps with the types of advertising and things like that. So it is extremely helpful if you take a moment to like and subscribe here on the Total Seminars channel. It's very much appreciated. Do it today. All right. Guys, also do keep in mind, just because you guys were nice enough to show up today, we're giving away 50% on the bundles. So that's that bundle is going to be the practice questions, the books, and the videos, I believe, is all together. I do not know the prices on top of that. So you might want to keep that in mind. In order to take advantage of that, just go to www.totalsem.com. Head over to our merchant area. Yawn. Yawn. And then go over, pick the bundle you're interested in. And just before you hit enter, type in the code 032921 at checkout, and it's half off. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, my products are about the cheapest of the good products that are on the market today. If I'm not the cheapest, I'm about the cheapest. And we're now literally giving it you at half off of that. It's ridiculous. Our prices are insane. Also, keep in mind that Dave Rush AMA, DRAMA, or drama, as Dave likes to say. Dave is on Fridays at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Dave's going to be demoing our cluster in cooperative mode and open questions. Cool. Krampus Dumpling. Hey, Mike, I got a question. This is at 3:15. My PC sometimes doesn't start. When it doesn't, I do not have LEDs on my keyboard or mouse, but I have LEDs on my RAM, motherboard, pump, and video card. I'll put more info. Yeah, that's not surprising, Krampus. In all probability, your power supply is getting juice, and if your system isn't booting up, your system's, like the keyboard with the lights on it. I mean, this is a USB device, right? So I need to have USB running before this thing lights up. So what it's telling me is your system isn't booting. So Krampus, remember, this is a good thing. Even if I'm not there, you might want to consider getting on the Discord channel to get an answer for that. Also, you're also welcome to send me an email if you'd like. I am michaelm@totalsem.com. Mark Wheeler's 316, books, video, and perform. Oh, no. So we don't do performance-based questions in this bundle, Mark. I don't know. I am not really in control of the marketing. So this is going to be book, videos, and then just practice questions. They're going to be multiple choice questions that look exactly like the ones we're doing here in this competition. We sell the performance-based questions separately because I can't come up with a good way to connect them all together yet. LG Nikantu, I'd really love to have you as a grandpa. Well, you can have me as a grandpa, LG, but you're going to have to stand in line in front of my 2 grandsons. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. Yeah, Krampus, get on Discord. Okay, guys, I do need some more questions or we're going to wrap up. And it's never a problem. We stop early all the time. It's no big deal. I am here to help you guys. That's my job. Here's to help you. So if the question's toned down, do keep in mind the Discord channel will be coming up. Scott, you might want to, one more time, put the link up there for the Discord if you haven't done it in a while. Keep in mind that we have the 50% discount. Congratulations to our winners today who won practice questions. So other than that, I'm going to call it a day. And just for my buddy Nigel, I'm probably going to take a nap because just between you and me, Nigel, I am pretty tired. I slept like 2 hours last night. What was the problem? It was something called Network Plus. And I'm under non-NDA, so I can't say anything more than that right now. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up. I look forward to seeing you guys again next Monday. Don't forget Dave Rush will be on this Friday. Oh, stop it, Nigel. I'm going to punch you in the nose. Nigel, are you legitimately asking what disc? No, of course you're not. Stop it. God bless it. Between Tolowit and Nigel, you guys should exchange phone numbers. Y'all are my funny, funny people. All right, guys, but I am out the door here. Y'all have a great one. This is your Uncle Mike who's saying good night, and I'll see you on Monday. Good night. We're